And for our last video in this series of lessons for this intro to Unit 7, let's go ahead and use that other shape that we copied as well, but we never actually used so far. So go ahead and open that up and take a look at it. This shape right here, this auxiliary view example. And then we go back to our drawing file, go to New Sheet. And it doesn't matter, again, don't enter it in. Now we have a Sheet 1 and a Sheet 2. We can go back between the two. But on Sheet 2, make sure the auxiliary view was the last thing you looked at. Go back to your sheet, and let's put it down. And this time, make it a scale of 1. So 1 to 1 here. You could just type in 1, but get the idea. And let's just, and maybe 1 to 1 is too big. But if it is, I guess we'll figure it out pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and put my front view down. I'm actually going to put my eyes, or all three down. For my front, top, and side. I'm not going to put my isometric. I'm going to put something else up there. You'll see what in a second. But you can see, looking at these views, it's not really telling me much about this part. And if we look at the actual part, you can see there's some details here. If you look here, you can kind of see what it is. It's these weird holes going in at this weird angle. And you can't really see that from the front, top, or side. Well, you can kind of see it, but it's kind of hard to tell exactly what you're looking at. They're all elongated here. They're all foreshortened, as we say. And we'll talk about that later on in the unit. But the point is, this length looks shorter in this view. This length here, this angle, you can tell how long it is. Again, it looks shorter here. Everything looks shorter here. So let's go ahead and put down what we call an auxiliary view. So click on auxiliary view. It wants to know which face would you like to make an auxiliary view off of. I'm going to select this one. And I'm going to select this angle to bring it from. And I'm going to drag it out. And then you can see that we're looking at that flat face, that slanted face, that auxiliary face, straight on. And that's kind of the idea. It makes it perpendicular to your slanted face. That's what an auxiliary view does. And you can see maybe, hopefully, why this is so important. Why you would need this piece. But that's your intro to Unit 7 lesson. Hopefully now when we talk about this more, or when we learn about these in the unit and we start taking our notes, hopefully, and doing the activities, of course, these things will make a little bit more sense to you now that you've sort of manipulated and played with them.